Hey, you beautiful human. So in this video today, what I want to do is break down my content ecosystem to show you the exact same way that I've built an 854K profit business in the last 2 years using 3 tools. That's LinkedIn, email, and YouTube, and how they come together in order to garner those results. It used to be really tough in the past because my content was crap. I had to supplement it with a lot of outbound outreach, cold DMs. I did a lot of like networking chats and sales calls and had to handle objections. But I realized this was a business I didn't want to run this way because I'm a writer at heart, and I wanted something a little bit easier. I wanted my content to do the pre-selling for me. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown of that today. If you can, hit subscribe down below. It would mean the world to me as I'm trying to grow this little channel. And hopefully you get some value out of today's session. So this is the content ecosystem as promised. We'll go step by step so I can show you the ins and outs of what I'm talking about. So if we start with LinkedIn, we've got the traditional top, middle, and bottom funnel that any marketer will tell you, right? So top of the funnel is usually like the educational posts, the how to do X, Y, and Z, and all of that stuff where you educate the reader and you give value. Middle of the funnel is, all of the how I, 3 steps to do this and that, and the breakdowns. And bottom of the funnel is like case studies, testimonials with an invitation to come and work with you. Now, one of the changes that I made that shifted this for me is I replaced my top funnel with misconceptions and false beliefs instead of this educational stuff. Because with education and giving value, you train the audience that you're giving away everything out for free, but when it comes to selling, you've gone viral, you've given that education, less of them buy. Whereas misconceptions and false beliefs target this bracket of people called problem unaware people. So I read a book called Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz, and there's different sophistication levels where I'm only focusing on 3 today, which is problem unaware, problem aware, and solution aware. But essentially, by changing my top of the funnel content to target this, we create a gap in our users' mind where they thought that what they were previously doing or what they were previously told is no longer working, and you're giving them like an aha moment in order to be able to bridge that. And then with your middle and bottom funnel, you're also bridging that gap to help them understand that you are the person for them. So when it comes to top funnel, my sole goal on LinkedIn is to get people into my email list, right? So I can make them an offer. So when I was giving away free lead magnets and all of that stuff and doing what I shouldn't be doing, I was getting triers and not buyers coming into the list. Whereas now I'm getting a lot more interested people, even though I used to get 700 likes a post. My audience is 46,000 people or so. I used to get crazy reposts and a lot of engagement. And nowadays, I don't even cross 200 likes a post. But those are the people that are there to solve that problem, right? They're problem unaware. So that's about 60% of an audience, let's say. So you target them with these misconceptions. So for example, if you sit for a moment and draw out a table like this one. I know my handwriting is super duper ugly, but we were in transition now because we gave birth to my little daughter last week. So we left things uncharged and whatever. So I just PDF'd this quickly. So when it comes to misconceptions, on the left side, map out false beliefs or misconceptions that your audience has. Now, with me as a business consultant, as a business coach, what I hear is you need to go viral. You need to have a big audience in order to make money. You need to comment and engage all day long, or you need to do sales calls to convert leads to clients. On the right-hand side here, we've got the solutions to these problems, right? how we're going to solve them. So instead of going viral, you talk about misconceptions in your top funnel, like I'm explaining in this video. You don't need a big audience. You have a small audience of the right audience makes you more money than a big, broad audience. And we have a solution to that. That is the dog whistle framework, something I use inside Modern Maker. We always say target with specificity and dog whistle, so only dogs can hear you and no other breed or animal can hear that content. And once you dog whistle with that specificity, everyone else scrolls past except your dream clients. So that's a solution where you need a small audience and dog whistling instead of a big audience, lots of engagement, and nobody buys. Instead of commenting, you can have a funnel where you get people into and turn leads to customers before you turn them into clients. And then instead of sales calls, you can do Google Docs. Or for somebody who likes doing outbound outreach, you can sell through the DMs and not with a funnel and not through sales calls. So these are the solutions, right? So depending on what audience you have and who you serve, these misconceptions will vary. So just to give you an idea. So that is the top of the funnel, right? Replacing that viral stuff and the how-to tips and all that education with misconceptions to target problem unaware people. And you'll be surprised how that, like once you dial that in, what happens to the reactions you get, the people whose ears you perk, or the dogs, and vice versa. Then we have middle of the funnel. Now, middle of the funnel targets problem-aware people, people who know they have this problem, but they haven't done anything about it yet. Now, we still have the misconceptions in our head when we do those breakdowns because we want to still dog whistle to them, right? We want them to hear us. But these are like how I did something type of posts, or 3 ways to do something that you have done, right? You're essentially showing or demonstrating what you've done, and then they see that you are the person that can solve their problem. An example of that could be like me demonstrating how I make $250 a day through low ticket offers on my email list, or how I sold someone through a Google Doc that was high ticket without a sales call. You get the drift, right? And that is like list format. So then we have bottom of the funnel. Those target people who are solution aware. They know they have a problem. They're looking for solutions. They're basically ready to buy right now. And all they need is case studies or testimonials to justify and to get proof that you are their person who's going to solve that problem. So in this case, what I do is I don't do the typical screenshots without any context. I have a screenshot, but the screenshot is the last thing I do. I write a case study. I tell them what I did, not how. So they need you right now. That's the saying we do inside Modern Maker. But by doing that, I'm demonstrating again what we did step by step. I can say this person used to be here, now they're here, and here's how we got there. And then the screenshot is raw, like a WhatsApp, an email, a Slack message, to justify that the result that you got is authentic. So those are the bottom funnel posts, and you can make an invitation for them to DM you, to hop on your list, to do whatever it is that you want them to do. So that's how I use LinkedIn as a lead generation engine, by bridging those awareness or sophistication levels through top, middle, and bottom funnel content. And essentially, I make an offer every day to join my email list. And I do that through my website called Swipe My Mojo. I just write a post, and on the bottom I say PS. One of my favorite ones is like, join 4,600 coaches who got their free offer doc template for free. And then I either say click visit my website so they can scroll to the top of the LinkedIn post to get it, or I send them to my bio, or I put the link directly there. And there's many different ways you can do that. I've seen creators sort of put it in the comments, or ask people to comment and they reach out, but do what works for you. So I post 7 times a week. I aim to do 2 top of the funnel posts, 4 mid funnel posts, and 1 bottom of the funnel post every week on repeat. Now, before we get into the next section, I just want to show you very quickly what I meant by some of these. So this post here is a top of the funnel post. You can see it got more likes because it was top of the funnel, and it is a misconception, right? I had a student onboarding call a week ago. His goal was to get more clients without sales calls. So again, I'm tackling that limiting belief, that false belief that my audience has. And he mentioned the misconception. I should be growing my audience first before selling to them, right? So if you remember, in our little doodle here, we said big audience first before selling. That's where it came from. And then I'm telling my audience what they've been told to do. You need a large audience to make money. You need to comment daily. You need to have coffee chats, and all of that stuff is, politely put, bollocks. Then I go to explain what, a little bit of what we can do, and then bringing back the misconceptions again. And I show in a list format what could be done to overcome this. But you see there's no invitation here. I just say, I end it with, once you get all of those steps, it's pretty simple. Don't fall for the wrong bait, and you'll be printing watermelons in no time. Share a little screenshot, but this is problem unaware people responding to this going, I get it now. This makes sense. Now, middle of the funnel, this is a breakdown, right? Remember we said it's a breakdown of what you did in steps. So you can see I'm starting with a proof hook. I've worked with 250 clients since 2023. I'm bringing back the misconception again, right? People have no strategy for LinkedIn or email. They're not sure what to post. Their content doesn't convert. They get likes, but no inbound. And then I break down my 4-step framework that gets me to 40K months with no team or sales calls again. So I'm constantly drilling that. And then I say basically like, you can optimize your bio line, your banner, basically your LinkedIn landing page. You can use the LinkedIn search to add your ideal client persona every day. And you can add 50 of those people with a 30% acceptance rate. Then you can write posts to target these misconceptions, show results, what I'm basically showing in this video, so I won't break this down. Send them to your email list and do this and that. Now, once you have this framework, you can get inbound leads. Give it a try. There's me with a watermelon. It's middle of the funnel. It gets less likes because it is middle of the funnel. That's what it's supposed to do, because now it's targeting people who are problem aware but haven't done anything about it. And then for the third example, this is bottom of the funnel. It's one of my students, Nigel, who's a recruitment consultant. I'm straight up telling you what we did in list format, even though it is a case study. I'm not just showing a screenshot with no context. I'm showing the what we did, not the how. And then he went from 20 to 30 to 50 to 70K months. And I'm sharing some of the screenshots to show that. And then also saying, if you want to retrofit this model in your business, shoot me a message. So that is my invitation, right? And then again, got less likes because it is bottom of the funnel, but now you've seen these examples as well. So moving on into the next section. So to summarize, we've done top, middle, and bottom funnel here, and I've shown you exactly how to do that. Now, once we make an offer a day to our email list, now they've come to the email list, and what I do is, once they hit Swipe My Mojo, I make them an invite to buy something. That is a $47 product. And then I have a welcome sequence that tells people who I am, what I'm up to, what to expect, and then buy this $47 product. And I send 2 more emails, another one saying what's inside and another one saying the last day, to try to convert a lead to a customer within 72 hours. Now, that's the difference here, where a lot of these gurus and all these people that preach sales calls, nothing against the model, everything works, right? But they go from lead to the DMs and into a sales call, and they book calls, and then they sign clients. For me, I like creating a pool of customers that buy something really small. That's why I call this my email snack cartel, just like Pablo Escobar, right, on Netflix. He starts the cartel by giving you something small and then the big stuff. So I give them a small offer, a low ticket offer, turn them into customers, and then ascend them from customers to clients. And the mechanism is really simple. I write story-driven emails. I won't go into that stuff today. You can watch last week's video, which I'll leave in the description below, on how to do that. But essentially, once they've come into my list, I alternate between low ticket and high ticket offers. So week 1 of the month is a low ticket product. It could be an existing product I've sold in the past. It could be a workshop that I'm doing, and anything between, $40 to $100 to convert that lead into a customer. And when I write those story-driven emails, I just have a PS on the bottom of every email that just passively sells. So if it's a product, I have the ugly raw link. If it is a service, I ask them to hit reply, and then I send them my Google Doc offer. So pretty simple, very story-driven. I see email as a layer where people can get to know you a little bit more and what you do. And this is where all the selling and the magic happens. So that's number 2 in terms of my content ecosystem, which is a really important part of it, because that's the depth that people come for. They're in there with very high intent. They've moved off of LinkedIn or any social platform and into your list. And in e-commerce, for example, a lot of people might just go straight up for sales emails. I love email, so I'm an email first creator with an email marketing background. I love telling stories and being passive in my sales because people don't feel like they're being sold to. Now, the difference in my emails is that if you haven't paid me money, I'm going to give you some insight. I'm going to give you the what's going on. And by giving you insight, that I have solved this problem, but I'm not going to give you the how. As we said, give them the what, not the how, so they need you right now. And these stories are from any sort of life event or things that happen, or both in business and in life, and then I tie it back to the offer that I'm selling. There is true urgency, true scarcity, because I limit the number of clients I can take a month as a solo business owner. If it's a workshop and it's next Tuesday, well, the deadline is next Tuesday and the doors are closed, etc. So this little PS works wonders with true scarcity and urgency. So now we've got people from LinkedIn into our email. The third part of the content ecosystem is YouTube. Now, I am by no means a YouTube person, but what I have done is basically used YouTube as more of a nurture sequence to create depth. So what I do, actually, great one here. When I make these offers, there's days where once a week I create a YouTube video, and my offer for the day on my email list is to go watch a YouTube video just like this one, exactly as I'm doing right now. And then I just say, hey, I've recorded a video on XYZ, go and watch. Now, I have something called an indoctrination video. That indoctrination video is 30 to 40 minutes long. It's the one that's pinned to my channel. You can check it out, like the YouTube trailer, if I'm using the lingo correctly. As I said, not a link YouTube type person, but hopefully that makes sense. And that is basically a video that is the A to Z of what I do. It's my story. It's me having burned down the agency, me buying a flat for my mom, me buying myself a house, like all the ups and downs of my story. Because I think it was Daniel Priestley or someone at Google that said when you spend, what was it, like 7 hours in 11 different locations or 4? Don't remember right now what that is. but basically somebody who is going to buy from you, the longer they spend, the more likely they are to buy. So my indoctrination video cuts that down, right? So the story helps people get to know me better. The mistakes shows the authenticity. Like, I'm not here to hide behind a wall. I make mistakes myself and I share them to my audience. I share the lessons, I share the wins as well. And then before I end with an invitation, I share the model. So I sort of break down exactly how my model works. And if somebody wants to work with me, they can always DM me. But you can sort of watch that video and see exactly what I'm talking about. So the difference with that and YouTube is this is an I for indoctrination video. All of my YouTube content takes you back to the indoctrination video. All of my emails, all of my LinkedIn content, if I'm about to sell, I want them, even on my Google Doc offer, want them to watch that video because I am past getting like bad fit clients. I want people to watch that, resonate. You know, some people say your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So if I can find my tribe that resonate with that method, with that story, with that model and way of working, I would hate to attract someone who wants to work with me and wants me to refine their sales calls and send their outbound messages, for example, right? Even though I can do that, this indoctrination video ensures that the person coming through knows exactly what they're getting and they got a taste of me, they like my vibe, and so on and so forth. So all of the YouTube videos that I produce link back to this, and that's why it's pinned. So now, when it comes to the YouTube strategy, I record once a week because I'm a writer. My primary platform is email. And again, YouTube is there as a supplement to this ecosystem rather than a growth mechanism. And I treat it similarly to LinkedIn, where we've got top, middle, and bottom funnel. But the difference is here, my top funnel content on YouTube is stories. Everybody knows my pets. I'm a father to 5 pets, 3 doggies and 2 cats. I'm a father to Nefeli, my daughter. I live in Cyprus. I love watermelon. I love music and running and all of that. And I share my business journey as a one-man band and what I do so people get to know me. At mid-funnel, I do these sort of step-by-step videos that show my competence and people get to learn something, get the value, and try things out. And then bottom of the funnel is literally me doing case studies or testimonials in the form of interviews with students. And these are crucial because you think no one's going to watch them, but when somebody's about to make a buying decision, they're going to watch all of those case studies to justify, because they are solution aware, right? What we said at the beginning of this video. Some of my students that are YouTube veterans have said the way that you can do this is to have playlists, and people binge through the playlists. It's something I'm testing right now thanks to the wonderful students I get to mentor. It is working because people then binge. I think this channel at the time of this recording has like 850 subscribers and something like 512 hours of watch time, which is considerably high because of these little things and the bingeability of your content. So to summarize this, we've got the indoctrination funnel, indoctrination video, and then we've got top, middle, and bottom funnel with playlists where all of these lead to that indoctrination video. So we've covered a lot in general today, but I've shown you my content ecosystem. I have tried time and time again to go on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Substack, on all these platforms as a creator just to see how they work. But once I doubled down on one problem, one audience, one platform, one model, so many people have said the power of one, is when things started kicking off for me. And the biggest takeaway for 2025 for me has been switching my top of the funnel from educational content that was value driven to misconceptions and false beliefs to create that gap for people that are problem unaware, right? And then making an offer a day on my LinkedIn to get people into my email list, having that sort of Swipe My Mojo little funnel. The passive income funnel brings in $250 a day approximately, and then writing a story-driven email every day, alternating between low ticket and high ticket, and sending leads to customers, to clients, and then using YouTube as a backbone to my ecosystem with one indoctrination video, then a video every week, which is top, middle, and bottom funnel, where all those videos take you to that one indoctrination video. And there are more technical bits and pieces in there, but at high level, hopefully I've shared enough insight for you to have a think about what it is you're doing. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below and I'll see if I can point you to the right resource. Hope you learned something. Hope you hit subscribe or watch any other videos if you like this one. And I will see you in the next one. Lots of love and hugs to you.